Okay, I'm back with another stars for our stars playlist. And the celebrity I have this time is Two Chains and his new wife, Kesha. Okay, so I felt a lot of obligation, settling. I felt loyalty. It just kind of felt like, I use that past tense because I think that's what this is all about. The past has gotten them to this point. Everything they experienced in the past, all the bumps in the road, the third parties, the down moments, being there, supporting, enabling, codependency, attachment, past childhood memories and failures. And it just felt like they just capped out. Like, okay, we've been through it for this long. Now is the time to go further. But it feels like they're not going anywhere. Spiritually, I don't feel them moving. I don't feel a journey, a flow. I don't feel connection, spirituality. Um, I feel like a lot of mental thoughts. And for Two Chains, I kind of feel like he came to a point where he knew that she was the most trusted. I felt like he feels like she deserved this. Like, this is for you. You deserve the crown, my queen. He crowned her because she was the most valuable player. I don't feel that love. I feel dedication. But of course, the love is there. But it's almost like he looked at her and said, you deserve everything you've been dreaming about. You are the MVP in my life. And I'm going to give you everything you want. Now, for her, it seems like that's exactly what she wanted, but not in this kind of way. Not this motive, not this intent. I think she would want this a little bit more loving and passionate and happy. But she knows, like he knows, she deserves it. She knows that. She knows that she made it to a victory. She knows that, I'll just tell you this. Out of everything that she's been through and the things that she saw with her own eyes, because she's seen a lot of things with her own eyes, this was worth it. That's how it feels. Like she's saying, this was worth it. Everything that I went through, all the heartbreak, all the tears, chasing, all of the cat and mouse, and all the obstacles. And I just see her holding his head in her lap. And that's a quality that she admires and he admires. They have a quality in each other. Well, okay. I don't feel soulmate in this one. No, I don't feel it. But I do feel a commitment and a dedication. So Two Chains is basically saying my life has been great, but it could have been better. And I think that he always desired a full family and a happy family and unity. And he wants to belong in a family. He wants to be covered. And I think that maybe he comes from issues with that. Doesn't seem like he was a sad child, but it do seem like he had a another picture, another plan, like another dream for his family. And I think that's what he's about to get with this relationship, and that's what he feels he deserved. It feel like time just caught up with him. Kind of like that midlife crisis type moment, like, oh, I better make sure I have someone here in the end days. It's kind of like how it feels. So it feels like he's been chasing this family atmosphere, desiring it from a kid, and now he's able to build that with her or start that, or at least try it on a different level, though. It's different than what it ever was. It's different now. Eyes is wide open. He's understanding that things on the outside of this relationship is fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh place in his life now. These things outside of her are no longer his top three. Everything has been pushed away or been pushed down the line. He understands how important she is in his life. So this has kind of took him to a peaceful place more than a happy place. It's taking him to a peace. And the truth is, he don't want to offer himself to anyone else, not his heart, not his trust. He don't want to be connected to anyone else. He doesn't trust anyone else. He trusts her. And he realized it now more than ever. He's passionate about living in a home where he has security. And when he comes home, he wants her to be happy. And this just made everything happier. By giving her comfort, he comes home to comfort, and he doesn't have to worry about conflict, and he don't have to worry about making her unhappy. He's really concerned more about her than his own self. He truly cares for her, like a big brother type of thing. Whatever she asks for, I believe he'll give it to her. But he does have a spiritual life work that he is avoiding. It's different chapters of his life that must completely close. I do believe he's on the process, and I think by getting married, that's one of them. But he tends to overlook himself. What those things are, I don't know. I would have to do him separately, but there are some things that is tugging on him that he needs to do. And I just saw children. I just saw boys. Maybe he's supposed to be working with some boys or young men and helping them strive into a better adult. But it's something that's tugging on him that he needs to do. But he'll have to put himself first to do it. And it'll be out the norm. And he hasn't answered that calling on his life yet. But he sees it. He treats himself unfairly. And I don't mean that he treats himself bad. He just tends to overlook his spiritual voices, the spiritual tugging. And that restricts him from spiritually healing. It almost feels like if he answers the call that God is trying to pull him into, that he will never feel that abandoned feeling. He can get healed in that area. Because I think when people in a room, he feel alone sometimes. But he knows that is more required of him. And he's looking to try to find it. But he's looking outside of himself. And the answer is within him. But I believe she can help him answer the call. That's when it will turn into a deeper connection and a spiritual relationship, a soulmate relationship. That's when it can transition into that once he tap into this area of himself, because it's very dim. He needs to cut that light on, and when he do that, then it's on. Then the marriage starts right then. That's what it feels like. But they're set up to win. They are set up to transition into soulmates. They are set up to Be in unity spiritually, though, this time. It's a setup for that, it's a plan for it. So, with her, she is, she's satisfied. She's satisfied. She couldn't see a life outside of him. She wasn't looking for a life outside of him. She feels unbalanced if she's not with him. And I feel like she comes from a lot of in and out and unbalanced upbringing. Feels like maybe she moved a few times, too many. She was unclear of how her life would be without him, but she's very strong. And he knows that. And of course, she's strong. To be with him, you have to be strong. She didn't know how to create a life for herself. She didn't know where to start. Um, and he came in and changed all that. He like, look, look at this, look at that, touch this, tap that, start this. He gave her options. He gave her opportunity, and that healed her voids. But that's the thing about him. He's so sweet that he did that for her. But now it's time for him to do it for himself. And I believe she will help him every step of the way. So he brought some hope. He brought some hope, and that brought her peace. Like, yeah, I could do this. You're right. I can. And that makes her, I wouldn't say turn away from outside conflict, but it got pushed down the list. It wasn't her top three um, priorities. Even what was happening on the outside of the relationship got pushed down. It was a non-factor at that point because her life was so much greater through him and through the opportunities that she said, I'm not going anywhere, and nothing is going to stop us. And as I said before, that doesn't grow them spiritually, but it gives them a setup, though. They have a setup to grow that way. They're boxed in to become soulmates. Just a little bit more pushing on 2 Chainz side, and they will just glide right into this beautiful purpose. And I see her helping him side by side. So she's stable, she's secure. She achieved the victory that she wanted by getting exactly what she was worth. She is being rewarded for all the staying power that she always had for him. She's being rewarded for that. She's still stressed in the head a little bit, but her heart is mushy. Actually, if I was talking directly to her, I would tell her, you can go ahead and go to counseling now. You can go ahead and release all those thoughts so you can get back to love. But one decision I know that she's sure about, she's going to keep loving him. She's going to keep being there for him, no matter what it takes. I will also tell her to make sure she put herself first and challenge him to put himself first. This couple is boxed in to become soulmates, but they both need to put themselves first. All right. I think it's really nice. I got a good feeling off of this. I like them both. Okay.